What's up, you guys? New Tech Reviews here, back another video. So today my friends at Fifine sent me some headphones for you guys. It is the Fifine H9 gaming headphones, and I'm gonna go over both of them. Here's the first one, the H9s. Comes with a whole smiley face thing, really cute look. And we have the H6s, another smiley face, and these light up. That is one of the main differences between these two. They're pretty flexible headphones. They both have a flex. They are adjustable with the bands. You can adjust the length of it to make it as cozy as you like. I prefer my headphones pretty tight around the ears for optimal noise isolation. So in this video, I'm going to go over the differences between the two, which might be best for you, and which one that I personally prefer. Spoiler alert, I prefer these, the H6s, and I'll let you know why. So first I want to start with the H9s before I talk about why I prefer the H6. So the H9s, flexible, you can adjust the headband to make it comfortable. Ear cups indicate which one's what, left ear cup, right ear cup, and they are pretty flexible. So the more flexible it is, less likely you are to probably damage them. Ear cups are very comfortable. Around the ears, I can kind of hear myself talk, but I sound like I'm boxed in. So good passive noise isolation. The microphone's omnidirectional, and we'll test the quality here in the video in a bit. And it's very flexible to move around and whatnot. These headphones are connected via USB through the little dongle here, or you can just straight up plug it in with the 3.5 jack right here, which will probably be hard to focus on. Yeah, so this will be compatible with pretty much everything, including Xbox. The H6s are not compatible with Xbox, and I'll get into why that is in a little bit. But this pretty much can plug. I haven't played Xbox in a minute, and I think this goes into the controller, if I'm not mistaken. I do have an Xbox One controller here, so I believe it'll be able to plug in like so, just like that. I think that's how that would work. I game with a PC primarily. I do not own an Xbox. I just use an Xbox One controller for gaming on the PC. So I can't really tell you how it would sound or how it would work with an Xbox console, but nonetheless, you saw that is able to plug into the controller. This won't be able to because it's just plugging with USB-C. The mic is detachable, which is cool, but I'll get into the H6 here in a little bit. Let's not get sidetracked here. So with this, is cheaper, by the way. This is like $5, $8 cheaper, and it does come with its own separate dongle, which is USB-A. And that plugs into the computer or PlayStation. On focus, buddy. The computer or the PlayStation or PC, whatever that you're using. Well, computer is PC. And this dongle comes with mic volume up and down and headset up and down. And the button here is a 7.1 channel. So this is supposed to expand your soundstage basically. And with games like Call of Duty or just FPS shooting games, to hear footsteps in different locations, the 7.1 channel would be ideal. But from my experience of using it, it kind of takes a hit on sound quality just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not too terrible if you're not a stickler for perfect sound, which these don't deliver perfect sound, but they are pretty good, especially for their price point. I think you'll enjoy these, the H9s. All right, so again, this is compatible with everything since it's not just only USB to plug in to utilize the headphones. And the microphone on here is not detachable like the H6s. So sorry for the sound scraping. So this stays on, not detachable at all, but still pretty good, and it delivers pretty decent sound quality. So let's talk about the H6s and where this is different and why I prefer it. So the H6s. First off, it lights up with RGB. I'll show you that here in a little bit of the video when I use these to game and go back and forth while playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, because, you know, that's one of my favorite games right now, and I'm playing that on the PC. So the microphone here is detachable, so you can just, you know, kind of take it out and put it back in. And yeah, I kind of don't know why they didn't do or have the option to, like with the H6s, to just connect it just with the 3.5 and then have the option to use the dongle for its features that it has embedded in it. So if one thing I could say, criticizing wise, the H6s, especially with them being more expensive, they should be more flexible and compatible with Xbox controllers. Not sure why they went that route. I mean, I know it's USB-A only for these, and the USB does deliver, or is supposed to deliver, quality sound over just a 3.5 millimeter jack connection. But with it being more pricey, like, it's my opinion, for anything that's more pricey, it should have more features and more flexibility than its cheaper options. Usually the cheaper options, you're more limited, and if you're spending more, you should be able to do more and not do less, if that makes sense. So that'd be my only little criticism with these H6s. When you're spending more, you get less, but you do also get more when it comes to the dongle. So this dongle here that it's connected to comes with 3 EQ settings. It's got a game mode, movie mode, and music mode, and a microphone mute and unmute switch, and the 7.1 channel, and you have your volume up and down buttons right there. The 7.1, same criticism I have with the H9s, the same effect. And when it comes to listening to music, I wouldn't use these headphones personally for listening to music, like, at all, period. I tried to, like, give it a chance and like it. Even for its price point of like 50 bucks or close to 50 bucks. If it's on sale, I think the website indicates the H9 is around 37. This is like 44. But for the price point, man, I wouldn't listen to music with this. Like, there's headphones that cost this much and it sounds better for music. So I would not listen to music with these personally. I would use other headphones, or, I mean, even cheaper Skull Candy headphones sound better than these when it comes to music. I don't know why music is not great with these headphones. Maybe because they're more geared towards gaming, but I mean, if they're their only set that you're gonna own, they're not terrible, but I personally wouldn't use them for music, especially with the 7.1 channel turned on for like a spatial type audio. It's not it. It's not that great. But for playing games, it's different. The dialogue is rich and crisp. It's got decent bass on it. For what it's worth, I would keep it on the gaming EQ because it sounds great and it's optimized for gaming. And depending what you're playing, I would turn the 7.1 channel on for like shooting games and maybe fighting games, but I kind of prefer the stereo sound when the 7.1 is off. But I do go back and forth. With this. USB-A, say you're, heaven forbid, you're gaming on a Mac, you would need like probably an adapter, since it's MacBooks only have USB-C in there. But it is compatible with Mac, PlayStation, and Windows, and it's not compatible with Xbox just because it's only connected with the USB-A thing here, right here. So, I mean, that's part of the reason why, or the main reason why it's only not compatible with Xbox. Other than that, fit-wise, same feeling as the H6s. And the microphone is omnidirectional, it's flexible, just like the H9s. And yeah, and you can adjust them over your head. You don't really have to take them off. You can just pull down to adjust. So yeah. So we're gonna get into the gaming aspect of things, and then I can show you guys how this looks when it's lit up and plugged in. And then we'll do a microphone test so you can see how the microphone sounds. I'll figure out how to do that with probably the Windows computer. I'll just record some audio and try to just play it back, or I don't know, I'll figure out how to do that, because obviously this won't plug into my camera and I can't do like just microphone recording through that way. But I'll plug into the computer and then we'll see how it sounds by doing it that way. All right, let's get into that. So I'll get a little closer to the camera so you can see how it's lit up. So this is basically how it looks pull it up, and it looks pretty good. So I can hear myself talk right now, and I might talk a little too loud. So right now we're playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and right now I have the volume set at 50%, and 7.1 surround sounds turned on, and when it's turned on, it turns red. I don't know if you can see that, but that indicates that it's on. And our EQ is on game mode right now. Switching to movie. So in movie mode, the mids are emphasized, and obviously that's going to be for vocals. When you're watching movies, you want the dialogue to be crisp, so it'll bring up the mid range for vocals. And on music mode, it sounds like the highs are emphasized for the vocals, because vocals do sound better when the highs are a little more crisp. And on game mode, it's bassy and balanced, so you can really get the oomph from like explosions and fights. And yeah, so keep it on game mode if you're gaming, obviously. And if you do watch movies with this, or you want to hear a cutscene better in the game, you can toggle between movie mode if you like to do that. But let's get into the game. And then, oh yeah, let me real quick. So with the 7.1 channel turned off, it is the bass and the mids are more balanced and like kind of like on the same wavelength. And then with it turned on, it's more of an open sound stage, and it sounds pretty good on these headphones. So right off the bat, I'm noticing even with the dongle plugged in, there's not as much richness or fullness in it. It still sounds good, but you don't get that same, like, how I want to say, EQ. Obviously the EQ, there's no options for different EQs. You kind of get an overall just balanced sound with significantly less bass in the H9s. I always say significant, but it's a lot different. You don't get the oomph in the bass and the lows as much as you would on the H6s, which is another plus when it comes to that. So yeah, so even with the 3.5mm and it plugged into the dongle, it sounds the same. And with the 7.1 channel, it does help a little bit bring out the sound. When I toggle it on and off, the sound stage is better with the 7.1. It just sounds awful with music though, god awful. But yeah, so let's get in the part where we test the mics. I don't want to drag the song or have you guys watch me play that, otherwise I just might as well make a Twitch account. So let's do the mic test and see how they differentiate in mic quality, and see if the mic quality is the same for both of these headphones. So this is a mic test of the Fifine H9 headphones. Peter picked a pepper. I don't know the rest of it, but yeah, so this is the H9s, and the microphone is all up in my mouth right now. Here's how it sounds with the mic, a little higher, a little lower, facing down, and then right next to the mouth. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the sound quality of this microphone with the H9s. I'm gonna line up the audio with the video, and hopefully that's a simple task and nothing too difficult. Alright, so we're gonna try this again one more time. This is a mic test of the H6 Fifine headphones. This is mic test the H6 Fifine headphones. Let me know in the comments below what you think is better, the H6s or the H9s. The H6s gave me some complications just now, but now they figured it out and made it the default input settings on the computer. Let me know what you think in the comments below of how it sounds. These are the H6s by Fifine. Alright, so my own take of the microphone qualities, now that I looked it up on the website, the H6s do have 24-bit depth with 48 kilohertz, which is a higher quality audio than the 16-bit with the H9s. And hearing it back, they sound the same to me, honestly, and it could be the way I recorded it and whatnot, but the H9s sounded louder and punchier, and that's because the microphone settings for that, for some reason, I was able to get it louder than the H6s. I'm not sure what I did wrong with the H6s, but nonetheless, when I finally got the audio working with the H6s and turning up the input a little bit on my PC, it sounds slightly richer, just slightly. You won't be able to tell that big of a difference if you're not like an audiophile, an audio engineer, and you're just, you know, figuring it out and whatnot. So when it comes to mic quality, you can't go wrong with either of them. For me, I prefer the H6s just because I do like the RGB lighting. I like the EQ options. It sounds a little more full and rich with the EQ in game mode. And I do like the options of having a cinema EQ to bring up the dialogue a little bit more and make it a little more rich. Again, I wouldn't listen to music with this, but playing games and watching movies, I think would be okay for these headphones. And a reminder, the H6s are not compatible with the Xbox console because of the USB-A, and Fifine's website indicates that the USB is better ideal for PC and mobile gamers because it's less work on the motherboard to process the audio signals and all that other technical jazz. And I do prefer the sound quality of the H6s, and they should sound better since they cost a little bit more, and you do lose out on the compatibility with all consoles with the H6s. But in return, you do get better audio quality and more features on the dongle than you do on the H9s. Like I said before, I think in the video, I do prefer the H6s because of the little pretty RGBs and more options in the EQ. And I am predominantly a PC PlayStation gamer, so I have no problem with the incompatibility with Xbox because I don't own one, so I don't have that issue. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these headphones. Do you have them? What do you think of them? Let's chit chat in the comments below. So if you stay tuned for the entire video, thanks for watching in its entirety. There's about 99% of you that are not subscribed to my channel. So if you enjoy this content, please subscribe and be a part of the growing community. I'm getting close to 5,000 subs. So join the community. I'm trying to make videos as consistent as I can, but nonetheless, hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Peace.